Well, the history of the Knoxville Police Department began in 1802, and more than 50 years later, the city welcomed the first chief of Hispanic descent. Digital storyteller William Lynette shares the story of first Marshal Christopher Columbus Carlos.
We had very few people of Latino heritage in Knoxville before Christopher Columbus Carlos.
Lum Carlos, as he was known, grew up in poverty in Blount County before being sent to work for a tailor in Knoxville by his mother.
He grew up as an apprentice. It was kind of like an indentured servant in a way in the 1820s and 30s. He became a master tailor in Knoxville and was eventually, of course, independent and was considered one of the better tailors in the city.
In the 1850s, Carlos traded in his needle and thread for a police badge and quickly moved up the ranks.
We had what we called not policemen but town marshals before the Civil War, and he was called the first marshal, and he was the main guy.
The new marshal had a unique way of dealing with Knoxville's criminals.
He didn't use guns, but he was known for his skill with throwing a rock and hitting his target, and that he could see a bad guy and perhaps knock him out with a rock.
Marshal Carlos left the police force after the Civil War to return to tailoring and raise a family. His home along the Tennessee River became a beacon of culture in the city.
And we think that his home was one of these right along here, very close to the riverfront. A center of hospitality is what they called it. They say a lot of old guys who remembered the Civil War would go there and just spend the night reminiscing about those dramatic days. But his wife would cook Spanish meals for people and kind of show people how to cook Spanish meals in Knoxville, where there are very, very few people of Spanish heritage here at the time.
Although only a single picture of Christopher Columbus Carlos is known to exist, the story of the marshal that chose to carry a rock instead of a gun carries on to this day.
He was kind of a legend in his own time.
It is said that during his time as a tailor, Carlos taught future President Andrew Johnson the trade, but hard evidence has not been found to back up this claim.